Are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's some in here.
You good?
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm gonna be right outside. Let me know if you need.
So
Okay, thank you.
I'll leave this here for you, okay?
Thanks.
take a deep breath. There you go.
Sorry.
You're okay. Take another deep breath. I'm going to ask for one more. Okay.
All right, sir. I want to start just with your name, basic information.
Yeah, Sarah Zachary. And it's Zachry.
Do you by chance have ID on you?
It's in my bag.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Zachary?
Yeah.
And what is your DOB?
97.
A good phone number for you?
505-264.
And a good address for you.
7523.
Wait.
75.
7523.
Yeah.
Rio. And how do you spell that last name?
It's salad with an O.
Salado? Okay.
Albuquerque.
ABQ. You know your zip code?
87120.
And what is your official title? Your
Prop master.
prop master.
Okay. Did you grow up in New Mexico?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how old are you?
24.
24? Okay. Do you live by yourself?
No, I live with my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my fiance's outside, so I'll be living with him soon.
So he's here for you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So you and your fiance are both working on set?
No, he works at Sandia. But I work with his sister. She's my prop assistant. She'll come in.
Okay. So, how long have you guys been working together as an assistant or team?
This is her first film.
Okay. So his sister is who?
Nicole.
Miss Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Miss Nicole, Miss Sarah, and there's one more girl, correct?
Hannah.
Miss Hannah. Okay. So have you all three been working together since the beginning?
Since the beginning of this film, yeah.
Okay. So that was maybe 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about.
Okay. Do you know exactly what your start date was?
My start date was September 27th.
Okay.
And
September 27th.
Hannah, I think, started that Tuesday. So whatever day that is.
Do you all have the same job?
No. Hannah's the armor, and then Nicole is a prop assistant.
And you are
A prop master.
prop master. Okay. So what does a prop master do versus the armor and prop assistant?
So for the props, my main job is to bring in anything that the actors touch for the movie, and the armor is the one who deals with the guns.
Okay.
So, I brought in the guns, but then armor is hired to work with them.
Okay. And that would be consistent with September 27th to today's date?
Yeah.
Okay. So Miss Hannah would be the one providing you the firearms. You then give the firearms to who?
Well, Hannah's the one who typically gives them to the actor.
Okay.
So I helped her out with kind of assisting with armor,
Okay.
but she's the one who loads them and gives them off.
Okay. Alrighty. What time did you guys start working this morning?
6:30.
Okay. And what time did you guys break for lunch?
12:30.
Okay. So, Ms. Sarah, between 6:30 and 12:30, did any of you handle any of the firearms?
We did before lunch, but only with dummy rounds.
Okay.
Which is strictly, it has nothing, no projectiles, no gunpowder. It's just there for the look of it if the camera gets an angle, so that way it looks like the gun is full.
Okay. And help me understand, what is I don't work camera sets, so what's a dummy round?
So a dummy round, it looks like a bullet. It's not a blank, so it can't shoot. Like
Okay.
it doesn't fire anything. If you hit it, if the hammer hits it, nothing happens.
Okay. So my interpretation of that, with my knowledge of firearms, and we know there's a revolver involved, so there's a cartridge. Well, the cartridge has, and the bullet has been already fired, so there's simply an empty cartridge.
I mean, it's empty. I couldn't tell you just because I'm not an armor. I don't know what everything is
Right.
in it. So, but I just know with the dummy, there's nothing in it for it to actually shoot out.
Okay. Is a dummy round crimped?
What is that?
Like, is it squished? With a dummy round inside the gun?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have any to show you. There was a box that we had on set, I believe, that you could see that it's, about this big.
Okay. Cool. So what type of firearms were you guys handling before lunch?
Before lunch, we had, I believe, 3 guns on set. They all are basically the same as the pistol that you guys have.
Okay. So revolvers?
The revolvers. The 2 others that were dummied up on set, they just have a shorter barrel than the one that was used in the incident.
Okay. So what time did you guys get, after lunch, what time did you guys get back on set?
We got back on set close to 1:20, maybe 1:15, 1:20.
Okay. And what happened after that?
After that, we always lock back up the guns in our truck anytime we leave, so that way no one can get a hold of them.
Okay.
And so we took those back out of the truck, took them to our cart, and I put the badges on our actors, and Hannah took the gun to go give to Alec because it was for his holster.
Okay. What you said badges? Just what's that mean?
And they have badges, kind of like what you guys were. Well, metal ones.
Okay.
They were for our other actors.
Okay. Just identify them as an actor and who's who.
Yeah. So we gave badges to Swen and Jensen.
Okay.
And then Alec doesn't have one.
Okay. So is this happening simultaneously?
Yeah, everything happens simultaneously, so that way we can get the shot set up
Okay.
and ready to
So
go.
you're giving badges, and then Miss Hannah's loading the revolver.
Yeah,
Okay. Did you see her load the revolver?
I did not.
Okay. So where was she loading the revolver?
And we carry most of our stuff on it. Most of it is ammo, guns, some miscellaneous props that we have to have for that scene, and just our personal bags.
So you didn't see her load the weapon today?
I didn't.
Okay. What was your understanding on what type of what's the word I'm looking for? What type of bullets, what type of cartridges were supposed to be loaded into the revolver?
They were just supposed to be the dummy rounds.
Dummy rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. And how does Miss Hannah keep dummy rounds?
Keep them?
Yes.
And they're usually either in the box, or sometimes we'll have to pull them from the gun belts that we put on our actors, because
Okay.
sometimes they have dummy rounds in them.
Okay. So they're in a box. Are they individually set? Like, have you ever shot a gun?
Not a real one.
Okay. Have you ever seen real bullets in a case? No. So when you're in the box, do they have their each individual
Like slot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do.
So how does Miss Hannah designate them as dummy rounds?
So, first of all, the box says dummy rounds, but then the way that you know they're dummies is if you shake them, they rattle.
Okay.
And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
And the other way you can tell is that the like wadding or the lead at the top, that's seen with a blank that actually, fires for the purpose of sound. That comes to a point, so you
Okay.
can kind of tell the difference.
So a dummy round should not even have a point on it.
No.
Okay. And so for today's scene, there was supposed to be dummy rounds. There was supposed to be no. To get a sound, what are those props called, if you will? Cartridges or bullets?
Blanks?
So,
Or, is that what you're talking about?
well, to get a sound.
Oh, to get a sound.
Yeah.
Well, those ones are the blanks.
Okay.
Yeah. The dummies don't do anything.
Okay. So I might be ahead of myself. So today's was dummies or blanks?
Dummies.
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 So they shouldn't even.
Nothing you shouldn't hear anything, nothing should ever happen with them.
Okay. And you did not see Miss Hannah load the firearm.
I did not.
Okay. Did where were you when the firearm was given to Alec?
I might have been back at the truck because I know we forgot one of the guns.
Okay. So who else was supposed to have a gun?
Jensen and Swain.
Okay.
They have the same gun. There is just two of them, and so one of them was left back in the gun safe, and
Okay.
so I just went back to get it.
Okay. I'm gonna go back. You said that you guys leave the guns in the truck and lock them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to, because we need to be precise here.
Mm-hmm.
You said you locked them in the truck, but now you just said a safe.
Yeah, there's a safe in the truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is that safe at?
When you get on our truck, if you enter in from the tail side,
Yeah.
it's literally at the back end on the right. So
Okay.
right when you jump in.
And does anyone have, other than you three, does anyone else have access?
No,
How do you gain access to the safe?
there's a code.
Okay. Does anyone else have that code?
No.
Okay. So you were at the truck getting another gun for Jensen or the other actor.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't see who handed the gun to Alec.
No.
Okay. And we're gonna go back. You're giving badges, and Miss Hannah was loading the revolver, and then what do you remember after that?
I remember just talking with a few different crew members, just casual conversation, and then Nicole and I were at our cart, like I don't know what we were doing at the cart, we were doing something, and then we heard the shot go off.
Okay. Then what happened?
I ran over to see what happened. I just saw Joel on the floor. At first everyone thought it was like one of those poppers, because I didn't think there was even a gun on set yet, because both of the ones that I was working with hadn't been on set yet.
Okay.
And so everyone thought it was like this popper that comes from special effects, but then I was told that Alec's gun was on set.
Okay. Then what happened? So you went inside and you saw.
I never went inside.
Oh, okay.
I just saw from outside. I looked in through the doorway from a distance, and I saw Joel on the ground.
Okay. When you were outside, did you see? Where was Miss Hannah when the gunshot went off?
I don't know.
That's
I
okay.
don't think I can give a direct answer.
So after.
I know she was on set, not on set, but she was outside somewhere.
Okay. So after let me ask you, how many gunshots did you hear?
One.
Okay. And after everyone realizes there was an actual projectile or people were injured, did you see did you run into Miss Hannah outside?
I did. She started panicking.
Tell me about that.
She started freaking out, and she just said that there was no way that there was something in it, and she said that it was going to like ruin her career. And I saw her go talk to Dave to go check the gun, and she came back over and was crying, and she held out the dummies, and one of them didn't have its like lead end on it, and so she said somehow it popped off, and that was it. And then she was taken away to kind of try to calm down.
Right. So tell me about that. What did you see when her and Dave were talking?
They were looking at the gun. I think she was trying to show them that they were supposed to be dummies.
Okay. And so they were looking at the gun. Were all of the dummies, the cartridges, I'm going to say cartridges, were they at that point, like, was the gun tipped upside down?
Started comparing it to the rest of the box that it was in.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found was that there were some that rattled and others that didn't. So it led me to believe that there were others in there that were live rounds.
And is that box still on the cart?
Yes, unless if you guys took it, I don't think it was ever moved.
We haven't touched anything yet.
Okay, yeah, then it's probably
When you looked and you left the cart,
mm-hmm.
was that box still on the cart?
Yeah.
Okay. What color is that box?
White.
White?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of white boxes on that cart. It's going to be on the top.
It's going to be on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you for that. The one that went off, you had in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do with that one?
It should still be there on the cart. Off on the side, it's not in the box.
Okay. And you don't know what happened to the other 4?
No.
Because Miss Hannah had them.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone else, were they standing next to you when you were rattling the other? Nicole? Okay, cool. And I'm assuming the gun that Alec had is on the cart?
Yes. Well, actually, that part I don't know. Last I saw, when they wanted to talk to Hannah, she had it with her because I think they wanted it as well.
Okay. You know what? I think our lieutenant said that he retrieved it, so we're good on that.
Okay.
Do they usually, I'm just curious, do they usually use live rounds during these sets?
No, absolutely not.
No.
No, that is like prohibited. That's the most dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing that should be used is a full blank, and that's hardly ever used.
So from you, comparing the rounds from your experience, dummy rounds and blanks, you said that you noticed that some of them look like live rounds.
Yeah.
Are they a lot different from both blanks and dummy rounds? The ones that you saw?
So dummies are a lot different than the blanks. But from what I saw in the box, the live rounds, I didn't know that we had live rounds in there. Because we get these from suppliers, and it was a full box that we pulled from. And so the only way that you could definitely tell is by shaking it. But with a blank, you can identify it because it's like, it has kind of a point, and it's like kind of crimped around the edges.
Okay.
And sometimes they're...
Who is the supplier for you guys on this set?
So I know that Hannah had some of her own ammo that she brought from another production. There's another guy that we get from, his name is Seth Kenny, and then we also got extra dummy rounds from a guy named Billy Ray.
Okay. So Seth Kenny, where's he from?
He lives in Albuquerque.
Okay.
Both him and Billy Ray.
Billy Ray, okay. Do you know specifically today's box where that came from?
I do not. I didn't see what was written on the box.
Okay. How long have you been working on I apologize, but as it's set manager or
Of the prop master.
prop master, I apologize. Yeah.
Probably close to a year, I believe. No, yeah, about a year.
Okay. And I'm going to go back. You said that Miss Hannah said that she was probably going to ruin her life or her career. Why did she say that?
Well, I mean, this happened to Brandon Lee a long time ago, and these kind of incidences sometimes prevent you from being rehired.
Right. Okay. Do you know if she was a certified armorist?
She should be.
Okay.
I believe she has a license for it.
Okay, cool. And do you, as a manager and assistant, do you guys need to be an armored specialist or certified?
You just have to be trained and on a license.
Okay. So it'd be safe to assume you're under Hannah's license.
I'm under Seth Kenny's
Seth
because
Kenny.
he's an armor and he's also a supplier.
Okay. If we needed to contact you for Billy Ray or Seth Kenny's phone numbers, would that be something you'd be willing to give us? Okay. Prior to today, has anything? I mean, you guys are obviously dealing with multiple dummies or cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything like that happen prior to today?
There were just a couple misfires one day with blanks, but they don't project anything.
Okay.
It's more of a spark
Okay.
overall, and that's it.
And how did that happen?
So one of them was actually by me.
Okay.
And that time I was loading the blanks in, and the hammer slipped from my hand, but
Okay.
it was pointed at the ground,
Right.
and so one of the blanks went off.
Okay.
And then the second time, a stuntman, he had one of the rifles, and before we were actually rolling camera, I think he accidentally pulled the trigger and
Okay.
that went off, but he wasn't around anyone.
Okay. You've been on set. Have you noticed any? What's the demeanor of everyone?
I mean, mostly everyone has been great. There are a few individuals that can get pretty grouchy, but we also work 12-hour days every day, so I can understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, everyone.
How was the
good.
demeanor today
Um,
on
It
set
was-
when this occurred?
honestly, it felt normal.
Okay.
It didn't feel any different.
No one was fighting.
Mm-mm.
Okay. What do you think happened?
I personally think that, I think maybe Hannah might have messed up because when she was checking the dummies, and what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to only do one at a time, put it in another hand, because if you rattle it with two, you won't know which one is rattling. Well, Alec was holding it or what he was doing, but I think he might have just been playing with it or testing it or something, and I think it just was aimed at the wrong direction.
Okay.
I got nothing else.
Do you?
No. Nothing that I can.
Did anyone else handle the cartridges? When Miss Hannah removed them from the revolver, she put them in her hand. She gave you one. Did anyone else touch them?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did Dave touch them?
I wouldn't. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So when she touched them, she was checking them at that point and rattling them?
Yeah,
Okay. Did you rattle them?
I didn't rattle them.
Okay.
She rattled them in front of me.
Okay. And then she gave you the one that was fired?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything with your experience? Was that cartridge or that casing any different than the other ones? Tell me about that.
The primer on the back was silver rather than gold.
Okay.
And most of the time, from just like what I've seen, is when it has silver, it has something in it.
Okay. So the one that was fired, the projectile had a silver backing, and the other ones were gold.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's something to look for. Okay.
and yeah, it should still be on the cart, and you might see a few more in that box that I checked.
So when you checked the box, you saw gold and silver in there. Okay. You have anything else?
Kenny and Billy, do they make their own
No, they
blanks?
they
and
get it
dummies?
from a manufacturer of some sort. I don't know who.
Okay, but they're the ones that supplied them to Hannah from where?
Yeah. They just distribute. They don't create them.
And they live here in Albuquerque, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does Hannah get along with Alec?
Yeah, I mean they've had great interactions.
She never mentioned ill regard to him?
No.
The directors, her bosses?
No, she's had pretty good relationships with everyone.
Okay. Cool. I don't have anything else.
If something does come up, I always have your phone number here, so I'll just contact you if I have any other questions, okay?
Okay, and you wrote it down correctly. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'll repeat it to you, okay? 505-264?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.